We're in safe zone. Watch for enemies.
There! I've got movement. Safe.
Hi guys, Fuck Gaming here, and welcome to one of the best weapons in Call of Duty Warzone. It's one of my personal favorites. It shoots like a laser but kills like a beast. Welcome to the M13. Today we're going to break down everything there is to know about this weapon. We will compare the stats, the bullet patterns, and I will show you some of its best loadouts for Warzone. The M13 is an automatic assault rifle featuring a short stroke piston system. The M13 feels more like an SMG than it does like an assault rifle. It boasts a very high rate of fire, low recoil and a fantastic mobility, but it's notorious for its low damage per bullet, making it an extremely underrated weapon. Let's go over the basic weapon stats. The M13 has a standard magazine size of 30 bullets, which is pretty common among the ARs, and it can ADS in 0.212 seconds, which is the third fastest among all the assault rifles. The only ARs with faster ADS speeds are the Ram 7 and the GRAW 5.56. Here's where the M13 really shines. Its rate of fire of 900 rounds per minute is the fastest of all assault rifles in Warzone. The only other AR that comes close is the Ram 7, which has a rate of fire of 860 rounds per minute. The M13's biggest drawback, and the reason why most players don't even consider using it, is its lackluster damage per bullet. Up to 37.5 meters, the M13 only deals 36 damage points for headshots, while shots to the chest, stomach and limbs all do 24 damage points. This is easily the lowest damage profile for all the assault rifles, followed by the Ram 7 and the M4A1, which both have a damage profile of 42 for headshots and 28, 28, 28. The M13's blazing fast rate of fire makes up for its low damage, giving it a fairly decent time to kill across the board. If you hit all of your shots on your opponent's head, then you have a time to kill of 0.4 seconds, while a combination of shots anywhere else on your enemy's body will give you a time to kill of 0.667 seconds. When you combine everything, the M13 does 540 damage points per second for headshots and 360 DPS for shots to anywhere else on his body. It takes 2.65 seconds to reload the M13, which isn't too bad for an assault rifle, but you can reduce this by using sleight of hand, which brings the reload speed all the way down to a solid 1.82 seconds. The M13 only has one damage drop-off point, which is at 37.5 meters. This reduces its headshot damage to 28 damage points, while shots to the chest, stomach and arms and limbs are reduced to 19 damage points. At this range, the M13 has a time to kill of 0.533 seconds and a DPS of 424 headshots. For all the other shots, you will have a time to kill of 0.867 seconds and a DPS of 285. Okay, now we know what the standard M13 can do. Let's now tweak it so that we can make it ready for Warzone. As you know, stealth is incredibly important for your survival. That's why the monolithic suppressor is a must-have. Only does it suppress the noise that this weapon makes so that you won't draw any unwanted attention, it also increases your weapon's damage at range, making it more effective from further away. The Tempest Marksman is easily the best barrel of the bunch, giving you a significant boost to damage range, bullet velocity and recoil control. This makes the M13 much better in mid-range firefights, and it will make it a whole lot easier to aim with. You'll also want to have a good optic to go along with this weapon so that you can increase the range further, and my personal favorite for that is the VLK 3.0 optic, but you can choose whatever you feel most comfortable with. With the increased player health in Warzone due to the armor plates, 30 bullets will definitely not be enough to take on an enemy squad. Equipping a 60 round magazine doubles your standard magazine capacity, allowing you to fight for much longer without needing to reload. If you're an aggressive player who prefers a run and gun playstyle, going no stock is a great option, because it gives you a huge boost to movement speed and it counters the ADS speed reduction from the other attachments in this loadout. If a faster reload speed is more important to you, then you can swap out the no stock for sleight of hand, which decreases the time it takes for you to reload your weapon, allowing you to jump back into the fight much quicker. Personally, my best loadout is the one that minimizes the M13's already impressive low recoil by equipping the Commando foregrip underbarrel. You will get a significant increase in your weapon's horizontal recoil while reducing its sway while you're aiming, making it a lot more accurate. You don't believe me? Then see for yourself. I took the liberty of doing a few bullet pattern tests to show you guys the difference. Here's what the M13's bullet pattern looks like without any attachments. As you can see, the M13's recoil moves upward initially and then it moves to the upper right corner the longer you keep firing. With the 60 round magazine, the recoil pattern is identical to the standard magazine, but it just continues to move upwards to the top right. Since I'm already familiar with the recoil pattern, I'm going to try and steady my aim, the best that I can at least, for compensating this weapon's upward kick. As you can see, the M13 already had a remarkably low recoil, so I was able to keep my aim centered for most of my shots without having a too wide of a spread. Here's where things get interesting. Let's try out my personal favorite loadout for the M13. If you look really closely, you'll notice that now the M13's recoil moves to the right slightly less than before, and it follows a straighter line compared to the more zigzag pattern of the M13 without attachments. But that is not what's so great about this build. Take a look what happens when I try to compensate for the recoil. As you can see now, my bullets are hitting dead center without me putting in too much effort. The result? Your M13 is now an absolute laser. This way, you should have no trouble landing your shots on your enemies, no matter how far away they are. Let's run through our M13 loadouts one more time. The monolithic suppressor is essential for a stealthier approach. The Tempest Marksman is hands down the best choice for greatly improving your M13's mid-range. Pick an optic that you're comfortable with, and I do recommend the VLK. A 30 round magazine just won't do, so make sure to equip the 60 round magazine to keep the fight going on for longer without having to reload, and maybe you can even take out the entire enemy team with just one magazine. For the 5th attachment, so for the running gunners who favor mobility, you want to go for no stock for the increased movement speed and to compensate for the ADS speed penalties from the other attachments. You can also swap this attachment out for sleight of hand to make your reload times a lot faster if you favor that. But if you want to use the M13's strongest points, its high rate of fire and low recoil, then the Commander foregrip is the way to go. The reduced horizontal recoil and the weapon sway will make it much easier for you to line up your shots for that sweet headshot kill. With community favorites like the M4A1 and the MP7, it's easy to overlook the M13, but depending on your playstyle and the right loadout, the M13 might just be perfect for you. If you have been struggling with hitting your targets, then the M13's perfect mix of low recoil, high rate of fire and a solid bullet speed will have you landing your shots with ease. Okay guys, if you liked this video, then make sure to subscribe because there are a lot more videos about Call of Duty Warzone that will be coming your way. This was Fog of Gaming, thanks for watching, now I'll see you in Warzone.